World War II wasn't just about battles, strategies, and big tanks rolling across Europe and the Pacific. It was also about surviving every single day. Soldiers had to deal with long marches carrying heavy packs, freezing or sweltering weather, and the constant threat of enemy fire. And one of the most important tools for survival? Food. If soldiers didn't get enough calories, they got tired fast. Their muscles ached, their heads felt heavy, and their focus disappeared. They could even get sick, and morale would drop quickly. Every meal mattered, sometimes more than you might think. A bad meal could slow down a whole unit, and a good one could keep spirits up and give soldiers the energy to push through another day on the front lines. But it wasn't just about fuel. Comfort mattered too. Even a little taste of home, a piece of chocolate, a sweet biscuit, or a familiar treat, could lift spirits and remind soldiers why they were fighting. Food connected them to the world they left behind and gave them a small bit of normalcy in the middle of chaos. Today, we're going to take a closer look at what American soldiers actually ate on the front lines. From canned rations they carried in their packs, to hot meals prepared in mobile kitchens, and even special treats sent from home. We'll see how food shaped daily life in the Army, kept soldiers going, and even gave them little comforts in some of the toughest times of the war. Let's talk about standard military rations the food soldiers relied on in the field. First, there were C-rations. These were the main combat packs during wartime. Inside, you'd usually find canned meat, chicken, beef, or pork, along with cookies, sweets, powdered milk, coffee, and even chewing gum. Everything was designed to be high in calories and easy to carry, because soldiers needed energy for long days. The packs were compact, but after a few days, eating the same thing over and over could get, well, pretty boring. Some soldiers even started trading items inside the packs, like swapping cookies for extra chocolate or sharing a can of meat with a buddy. Then there were K-rations, smaller, lighter packs for short missions. They had crackers, chocolate, canned meat, coffee, and powdered drinks. K-rations were easier to carry and perfect for quick operations, but they were far from gourmet. Soldiers often joked about them and came up with nicknames, calling them meat, cookies, and a mystery. Humor really helped them deal with the monotony of eating the same stuff every day. Interestingly, soldiers sometimes got creative. They would combine C and K rations to make what they called field meals. Sometimes they added a little spice or mixed in instant coffee to improve the flavor. It wasn't fancy, but it made life in the field a bit more bearable. Even though these rations were simple, they played a huge role in keeping soldiers going. High calories, portable, and relatively easy to store, they were essential for survival. And, in a way, they also gave soldiers small moments of connection and humor, trading items, joking about the mystery meat, or experimenting with their limited ingredients. Some soldiers even developed little traditions around their rations, like saving certain treats for the end of the day, or mixing different items to make a more interesting snack. It was a small way to bring a sense of comfort and normalcy into life in the field. Now let's dive deeper into hot meals and field kitchens, one of the most important morale boosters for soldiers in the field. Whenever it was possible, mobile kitchens followed the troops. They weren't always right behind the front lines, but when they could reach soldiers, the difference was huge. These kitchens served hot meals like soups, stews, and occasionally freshly baked bread. Hot coffee and cocoa were always on the menu, and even small comforts like a warm drink could make a day feel a little easier. Soldiers often called these kitchens chow wagons, literally wagons filled with food. The nickname stuck, and it captured the way these rolling kitchens became a lifeline. Some kitchens were truck-mounted, others were set up in tents, but the goal was the same: bring warmth, nourishment, and a brief sense of normalcy to soldiers in the field. The meals themselves were simple but filling. Stews were often made from canned or preserved meats and vegetables, sometimes spiced to make them taste better. Soups could range from simple broth to more hearty combinations, and bread, when it was available, was considered a luxury. Coffee and cocoa weren't just about caffeine or sugar. They were a small morale boost, a reminder of home and comfort. Hot meals weren't only about nutrition. They gave soldiers a moment to pause, to rest, and even to socialize. Soldiers would trade small items, joke about the quality of the stew, or sneak in a chocolate bar from their personal packs. After long marches, cold nights, or exhausting operations, These meals offered a sense of warmth, both physically and emotionally. Interestingly, the field kitchens required careful planning. Supplies had to be transported and cooked in challenging conditions, sometimes under enemy fire. Kitchen crews worked long hours, often in muddy, difficult terrain, just to make sure soldiers could get something hot to eat. In many ways, these kitchens were as essential as ammunition or medical supplies. Without them, morale could drop quickly, no matter how well-fed soldiers were on paper. In short, hot meals in the field were much more than food. They were comfort, energy, and a connection to everyday life. A steaming bowl of stew, a cup of hot cocoa, or even a piece of bread could lift spirits, fuel bodies, and remind soldiers that even in war, small moments of care and normalcy were possible. Like and subscribe, and you'll be among the first to experience my stories.